Get ready for a wild ride because today we're diving into the thrilling world of asteroid disasters. Imagine this, scientists have stumbled upon an enormous asteroid hurtling toward our beloved planet Earth. But don't worry, it's all hypothetical, so you can take a breath now. Our brainiac scientists have devised an exercise to calculate the jaw-dropping devastation this potential impact could cause. They want to emphasize the need for planetary defense, and what better way to do that than by painting a vivid picture of what might happen. Picture this, it's January 10, 2023, and our savvy astronomers discover a shiny new asteroid. They name it 2023 PDC, and it sounds innocent enough. This bad boy is what we call a potentially hazardous asteroid. This sneaky space rock likes to cross paths with Earth at a distance of a mere 4.6 million miles, 7.4 million kilometers. At first, the odds of impact are as slim as winning the lottery, with a probability of just 1 in 10,000. They follow its every move and track its orbit around the Sun. The tension builds. Fast forward to April 3, 2023, a day that will forever be known as Epoch 1. In a dramatic announcement, NASA's NEO Program Office Manager, Paul Choders, reveals, today is Epoch 1, and the impact probability has now reached 1%. The potential impact is still 13 years away, but we can already predict the date when disaster might strike. Prepare yourselves, because that potential impact date is October 22, 2036. We've got more than a decade to prepare, but decisions need to be made now. But before we delve into the mind-boggling consequences of this potential impact, we need to figure out the size of this cosmic menace. You see, size matters. So our brilliant astronomers get to work, using a technique called albedo, which measures the amount of light reflected by the asteroid. The brighter it shines, the bigger it is. Well, not quite. You see, the albedo also depends on the asteroid's surface reflectivity. So, a small, light-colored asteroid might have a higher albedo than a large, dark one. It's like trying to judge a book by its cover, but without actually opening the book. Based on their calculations, the size of 2023 PDC ranges from a modest 720 to 2,200 feet, 220 to 660 meters. But here's the kicker, if the surface of the asteroid is dark, it could be as wide as 1.3 miles, 2 kilometers. That's one colossal space boulder. Now, why does size matter, you ask? Well, not only does it determine the level of destruction this asteroid can unleash, but it also dictates the measures we need to take to divert it. You see, when dealing with a massive space rock like this, a gentle nudge won't cut it. We're talking about a kinetic impactor, something with real oomph, like NASA's Double Asteroid Redirection Test, DART. But even that might not be enough if this asteroid is as large as 2 kilometers, 1.2 miles. Now, here comes the plot twist, 2023 PDC is too close to the Sun for infrared astronomy to help us determine its size. Space-based telescopes relying on infrared observations won't be much help either, so we're left squinting through our good old optical telescopes. During this nail-biting 13-year countdown, they propose sending a reconnaissance spacecraft to 2023 PDC. Not only will this help us determine the asteroid's size and mass, but it will also allow us to pin down its orbit. Speaking of orbit, get this, 2023 PDC is around 124 million miles, 200 million kilometer, away when we first spot it. It's a bit too far to accurately assess its trajectory. But guess what? It has a very similar orbital period to Earth. In other words, it's slowly catching up to us, like a cosmic game of tag. As time ticks away, that uncertainty surrounding its orbit starts to shrink. It's like trying to catch a moving target with a bullseye. And when the team's calculations show that the infamous hitbox representing the asteroid's potential collision with Earth shrinks smaller than our beautiful blue planet, it's game over. But what will the damage look like, you ask? Well, let me paint you a picture. Laureen Wheeler, an expert from NASA's Advanced Supercomputing team, explains that they've built a mind-boggling model to assess the potential destruction. According to Wheeler, there are three main types of impact hazards they consider. First, there's the local ground damage caused by an explosive blast or fireball. Imagine an action movie on steroids. Then there's the possibility of tsunamis if this asteroid plunges into the ocean. Say hello to some serious wave surfing. And finally, for the grand finale, there are potential global climate effects. As for the size of 2023 PDC, hold on to your hats, because it's going to blow your mind. At a diameter of around 1,000 feet, 300 meters, we're talking about a continental-scale devastation. Picture an explosion with 2,000 megatons of energy released, 133,000 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb. It's like the 4th of July fireworks gone horribly wrong. Imagine a global catastrophe on the horizon. At 2,000 feet, 600 meters, in diameter, we're looking at 20,000 megatons of energy, 10 times more devastation than the previous size. Now, brace yourselves for the grand finale of doom and destruction. When this asteroid reaches a whopping 3,330 feet, 1 kilometer, wide, we're diving headfirst into an exceptionally grim scenario. According to the team's calculations, 2023 PDC is now more likely to cause a global catastrophe. Brace for impact, because we're talking about a mind-blowing 100,000 megatons of energy, equivalent to 6.6 million Hiroshima detonations. It's like Godzilla unleashed upon the world. Of course, our trusty scientist Wheeler reminds us that there are other factors at play, like the asteroid's angle of entry. These uncertainties make it tricky to predict the exact damage severity. Now, before you start building your doomsday bunkers, let's take a breath. Remember, this whole scenario is purely hypothetical. Sure, there might be undiscovered objects out there lurking in space, but the chances of something like 2023 PDC coming our way are quite slim. The scientists behind this elaborate exercise want us to be prepared for any cosmic surprises, and they've done an impressive job of laying out the probabilities. They've calculated that impacts involving asteroids with diameters of around 1,000 feet, 300 meters, happen roughly every 70,000 years. When we step up the game to 2,000 feet, 600 meters, we're looking at a once in 200,000 years occurrence. And for those massive planet-shattering asteroids measuring 3,300 feet, 1 kilometer, in diameter, we're talking about once every 700,000 years. The chances of an asteroid the size of 3 miles, 5 kilometers, hitting Earth are slim to none. We're talking once every 30 million years. So, while it's important to stay vigilant, we don't need to panic just yet. In the end, what matters is that we're aware of the potential dangers lurking in space. So, next time you gaze up at the night sky, remember the fascinating world of asteroids and the heroes in lab coats who are working tirelessly to keep us safe. And if you ever spot an asteroid hurtling towards us, just know that there's a team of brilliant minds ready to take action and protect our precious planet. Until then, let's enjoy the beauty of our universe and keep dreaming of the stars. Stay curious, my friends.